Welcome to our poster From the Body to the Mind, Experimental Archaeology and Human Health. Here we are going to give you a taste of the research and the observation we are making at the EAR Center nearly every day about that experimental archaeology can play in human health, past and modern. We have seen in the hotspot presentation the strict link that there is about experimental archaeology, ancient craft, and human health. However, what we can sure say is that by practicing experimental archaeology, we all get a very in-depth understanding of the extraordinary knowledge that ancient people had of their material, the natural environment, and the skill that are necessary in order to be able to produce the amazing objects that we all try to understand. In traditional craft today, this ancient knowledge is still alive, and many billions of people today make a living in a way that is very similar to the past. Understanding the impact of labor division on human health through time can make it easier for us to understand how we can improve the health in crafts that are still practiced today. Creating a better understanding of the impact on the environment in changing scale of production is also quite important, because the increased demand of traditional objects means that a lot of people now face the condition generated by this craft for many more hours a day than they would have been in ancient time. And also the increased scale of production means that there is an increased demand of the natural resources that are necessary to produce various objects. When we approach experimental archaeology with these eyes, we may be able to help creating a healthier future to ancient traditions that are crucial in the way of life of many people today and that are disappearing fast.
So another facet of what we've been trying to explore in this arena of health is the potential for experimental archaeology to promote mental well-being in those practitioners who are actually performing these experiments. And observationally, over the last 5 years, together we have started to realise that working outdoor in green spaces, working collaboratively in small teams around a particular research problem, and focusing on particular activities really allows our students to have a sense of positive well-being about the activities they're doing, the things that they're trying to engage with, and the people that they're working alongside. This we've seen particularly clearly during the global pandemic that we find ourselves in at the moment. And as you can imagine, and probably as we've all experienced, this has a real impact on mental well-being. It really changes how we live today and how we can be social with each other. This is particularly acutely felt in students new to university, where they move from one education system to the next, and when they move from one friendship group into a new environment with new people, where they're trying to find their feet in a new city. And we found in our year one undergraduate course that being able to work together in small teams week by week around particular materials and particular activities promotes friendships. It allows students to work closely together in a safe environment, and we feel it's helped to reduce those feelings of isolation as well. And so together we feel it's helped to promote that sense of mental well-being, which is so important during this very difficult time.
The ideas of community cohesion through experimental archaeology can also be seen in wider public engagement activities run at the EAR Centre too. The activity of Crafting Communities, which is an event that had to be postponed due to the pandemic, but it's a good example of an interdisciplinary event which brings together a mixed team of archaeologists from the EAR Centre, craft specialists working in their particular areas, as well as staff and students from within the university from other disciplines. This sort of task and activities show the ability of experimental archaeology to connect and engage with diverse audiences for the benefit of improving mental well-being through experimental archaeology. The event was essentially involving undertaking tasks rooted in past activities that we have archaeological evidence of. And this was all to really try and improve community cohesion, specifically within the postgraduate community, but also within the wider university as a whole.
We are currently in the process to expand these avenues of research and in particular towards public engagement. And we are collecting all of our experiences and research idea into a paper funded by the Wellcome Trust, which will be an open publication that we hope to share with the community very soon. Thank you very much for your attention.